Hello guys, and for this video, I'll be showing you why Grand Moff Tarkin is one of the most, I don't want to say underrated because one of my grandmas doesn't like it when I say that. So I'm going to just show you why Grand Moff Tarkin is so awesome and cool and pretty much just insanely high power level. So if you don't know who Grand Moff Tarkin is, he is one of the higher rank, well, one of the highest rank Imperial officers. I think he's even above Darth Vader, which is crazy. So yeah, let's get right into it. So, first off, I'll be getting most of my information from Andor, Rogue One, A New Hope, and the Darth Vader, The Burning Seas comic or graphic novel. So let's get right into it, starting with Darth Vader, The Burning Seas. Let's just call it the Darth Vader comic from now on. So, right in pretty much the middle, there's a part where he is pretty much, I think, hunting Vader for fun or to find rebels or something. And in this, let me just read to you what he's thinking. It's in my gray text right here. At dawn, the hunt will enter its 9th day. I began with 20 men, including myself. I began with 20 men, including myself. Only 8 remain. Considering our query, this is better than expected. My prey, Darth Vader. This planet's apex. Wait. There's an important part where the characters are talking, and one of the female characters says, "You saw that skin he's wearing?" Yes, taken from a. And Grand Moff Tarkin says, "Yes, taken from a Valath." And there's a text bubble talking about it. This planet's apex predator, huge and deadly, with a hide boasting unique chromatophores that allow it to blend into its background. Vader somehow managed to kill one, a task even I would not undertake without significant preparation. And he did it without his lightsaber. Okay, and here's another page where they're mostly talking. The Valath skin would let him to hide, if he chose to. He wants us to see him, to know he has it. That's what Tarkin says, and this girl says, I agree. Really starting to hate this guy. And then this guy says, kind of looks like that robotic guy. Just starting a year ago, I was hating him 8 days ago. Now, Grand Moff Tarkin says, it's time to move. Gillen 81, take points. Sishin, hard here, stay alert. With his lovely new cloak, he could come from anywhere. Your ears are our first line of defense. Now he says, a proper hunt begins in the mind. We must take everything known about the prey, and create the first most essential weapon, a plan. So, right now we can see he thinks like a hunter. And I think this is why Emperor Palpatine values him so much. Actually, I don't think Emperor Palpatine values him that much because he died on the Death Star. But yeah, he thinks like a hunter, like a killer. He knows how to create a plan. He is the mastermind of every group. While Vader makes his thoughts out of anger, rage, and the Sith. And not very calculated, but still somewhat calculated. Grand Moff Tarkin is one of the most cold and calculated people in Star Wars. And now I'm gonna. So in this page, Vader is attacking the group. This is what Grand Moff Tarkin is saying in his mind. I've been privileged to watch Vader at his bloody work on more than one occasion. Blasters are almost useless. He can deflect the bolts, whether with his lightsaber or his command of the Force. Therefore, I outfitted my team with flame weapons and slug throwers. If you don't know, slug throwers are pretty much the equivalent of guns in the Star Wars universe, like with real metal bullets. So yeah, and if it shoots out a lightsaber, pause, guys. That was my brother's voice. And if it shoots out a lightsaber, like, it will pretty much melt the metal and it'll get all over the Jedi/Sith. It's what Mandalorians used against Jedi, mostly. And yeah. So he knew about how blasters were useless against Vader, so he used flame weapons and slug throwers. And slug throwers are very vital, but didn't do much to Vader's armor, I'm afraid not. So here's the rest. Therefore, I outfitted my team with flame weapons and slug throwers. On the second day, we tracked Vader to a copse of Thurian trees, surrounded him, and let loose. The flames engulfed him, and unless I am wrong, I even detected a hint of fear in Vader's body language. So this shows that Grand Moff Tarkin can make even Darth Vader, the Chosen One, a little afraid. He's saying on the second day of their hunt, he engulfed Vader in flames. Didn't do much to his suit, though. And yeah. And now the rest. At first, this approach seemed promising. A lightsaber will not turn away fire, but only at first. Flames are not susceptible to lightsabers, so Vader did not attack the flames. He attacked the flamethrowers. He lost 4 hunters that day, but I learned a great deal. Vader is not difficult to track. True, his armor is heavy. He leaves signs everywhere. He leaves signs everywhere he goes. More importantly, it is as if he does not care if he is pursued or even attacked. We learned why repeatedly. Vader is essentially a machine, plotting and placeable. But when he takes life, he comes to life. In fact, it seems the only reason he exists. It was clear that as long as he possessed his lightsaber, we had no chance to take him. The operation to relieve Vader of his weapon, undertaken on the 4th day, cost me another 6 men. I considered it a bargain. But only did it force Vader to adopt new tactics, but it made him angry. In general, enraged prey is easier to destroy. I'm willing to admit this analysis may not apply to Vader. Time will tell. So, basically in this page, yeah, he's pretty much showing that, like, how he's studying Vader, going over a review of his hunt. And I'll admit it, he made a couple of mistakes, but he learned from them. He learned more about Vader. And yeah, that was why Grand Moff Tarkin was so crucial to this part in Burning Seas, because he's probably the only reason the rest of the hunters survived, let's be honest. And yeah, he constructed a good plan. It might not have worked entirely, but he still learned. Now, here's a bit more. Vader prefers the intimacy of a close kill. Nothing could be more obvious. But if he must, he can also kill at a distance. He can use the Force to crush his victims' windpipes, break their bones, pull their eyes from their heads. I am no student of this strange magic. I do not understand its limitations. I needed to. My life and the success of the hunt all depended on understanding. I sent more men to die, choking on their own blood, so I could learn how close he needed to kill with the Force. Once I acquired that last piece of information, I believed the hunt would shortly draw to a close. I was mistaken. I knew Vader's lightsaber mattered to him. It was the only object toward which I had ever seen him demonstrate emotion of any kind. In meetings with Palpatine, on occasion, he would touch it, clearly unaware of his actions. Vader wanted, perhaps needed, his lightsaber back. And so, as we hunted him, he hunted us. So this is showing how much he observes his prey. He knows Vader is no just simple freaking toy bird. Everyone knows that. But he knows every single detail about Vader. He has observed almost every flinching movement Vader has made to concoct a pretty good plan. But it's freaking Darth Vader, so might fail. And he even assembled a pretty good team. He's got like this rat who can hear like Vader's breathing. It's on this page. So yeah. Yeah. He also sacrificed some of his own men just to learn some stuff about Vader. This is the reason why he's a villain, to be honest. He pretty much, and that's one of his flaws. He doesn't value life enough, especially the lives of his servants and those below him. Except Vader, because Vader is technically below him. So yeah. It goes on to talk and talk until I'm just gonna skip to this part where Vader I think turned off his life support breathing system, and now he's attacking the group with the Force, and he's cloaked with the skin of the monster I mentioned earlier. The Valath, I think that's how it's pronounced. So he thinks, and this is what he's thinking right now in this moment. There is no panic, just a race to escape what we have realized is a kill box. But it is disciplined. There is no panic. My hunters are good at what they do. I hired well. It makes no difference. So, yeah, showing how he did hire well, but Vader's just pretty much a mean, lean killing machine made out of metal and has no limbs except the metal ones. So, yeah. And he goes on to describe Vader's attack for some time. But here's the part I really want to talk about. So, he just witnessed kill Vader, literally just witnessed Vader kill one of his teammates. And yeah. And he knows this. But he doesn't really care, because he's just that cool. And here's the part where Vader comes. Up! He's here, you fools! That girl I mentioned earlier says. And Tarkin is saying, or thinking, I realize what he must have done. Vader deactivated his armor, breathing apparatus. I did not know he could. I've never heard him without it. I assumed he needed it to survive. And if that is so, if that is the strategy he adopted to get past the Sician's ears, then he is dying right now, dying even as he kills us. Still, my men's my men brace themselves, preparing to fight. Discipline to the last, until he gets his lightsaber back. Then only terror. The saber flies to his hand, and only then does he begin to breathe. He returns to life. The last of my men are about to die, and so, again, it is time to run. This shows how Tarkin is observing a lot more than meets the eye. He's concocted a bit of information he learns about Vader and his suit to observe how he's kind of dying as they're attacking him, and also he knows when to run when Darth Vader gets his lightsaber. So what I was saying was he knows when to run, which is when Darth Vader gets his lightsaber. So this is the part where he shoots at Vader, and he knows that he's going to deflect it, which he does. And this is the part I really want to show y'all. Vader has destroyed all of the killers I brought to this world. I am the last. He has won. He knows it. He sees the death he will give me. He sees his victory. He sees the end of the hunt. So do I. Vader savors my imminent murder. He can already feel it. He wants it. And so he does not consider the land, the skies, the place to which I have led him, or this moment, planned before this hunt began. For these are the Stormlands. This is a bad ground. So basically, he has led Vader to a stormy place. And this is what he says. What I really want to show you. And here, the taller you stand, the quicker you die. And my big brother was speaking in the background right there. So anyways, that is crazy because he quote unquote says, wait y'all. He literally says what he does, and so he does not consider the land, the skies, this place to which I have led him, or this moment, planned before the hunt has began. This is crazy. He planned to lead Vader to this place where he knows lightning is going to strike him down to the ground and get close to killing him, but it doesn't because he's Darth Vader. And this is pre-New Hope. So yeah, that is insanely crazy and awesome. It's just crazy. So yeah. And yeah, that's the part I want to show y'all. And yeah. Okay, here's another part where Tarkin is on the vault on Scarif, and Vader's looking at the Death Star plans, and here's what he says: "You are not sanctioned to view the projects of, the Tarkin Initiative. Lord Vader, have you gained access? The Force is all the authorization I require, Governor. Do not deny its will. You are being called to heal. Stand down, Lord Vader. That is a command. I am not a beast. You're a beast, Governor. Aren't you? The Emperor has taken a new view on that, I'm afraid. You are mine to do with as I see fit. Ah, I don't need the Force to sense your anger, Lord Vader. You're imagining it right now, aren't you? Reaching out with your mind, anger and wrath, hoping to what? Choke the life out of me? Crush my windpipe? What would the Emperor say to that? Perhaps we should find out. Lord Vader, my apprentice. I do not recall sending you to Scarif. How interesting. Apologies, my master. I only sought to study. Nah, blah 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 blah. So this is the scene where Tarkin gets in Vader's head, deep in his head. He is just showing Vader how the Emperor favors Tarkin's intelligence to Vader's intelligence. He knows that Tarkin is in charge of Vader and how much Tarkin can get in Vader's mind, which he does. He sees what Vader is thinking. He's thinking of killing him, and he legit does not care. Bro, he knows Vader can't do that because the Emperor will get angry and pretty much fire him. Well, he won't fire him, but he'll get super angry, probably lightning him a bit. Tss, tss. And yeah, Tarkin literally just showed Vader. So yeah. And now I'm going to talk about The New Hope, where Vader has a leash. No, Vader has Darth Vader, one of the most powerful people in the galaxy, on a leash. And this is also the movie where he dies on the Death Star. And the captain must go down with his ship. And speaking of the Death Star, let's go to the Rogue One, where he blows up some planet that looks like Tatooine. That's not Tatooine. Wonder what planet that is. He blows that planet up. I'm pretty sure it's called Jeddah, and I think actually Director Krennic blows it up, and then pretty much Grand Moff Tarkin says, "Yo, I'm gonna take credit for what you did," and he just is rage baiting. He is rage baiting when he says that, bro. Director Krennic crashes out. He's like, "You stand here amidst my achievement." Nah, nah, nah. And bro's like, "Bro, I'm just so much better than you. Bro, I'm a higher rank than you. Way higher." Yeah. And they are at an insane rivalry. The only thing they have in common is how much they love the Empire. And I think I might have to split this video into 2 parts. Bye, guys.